Hey Claire, how you doing? Thanks so much for coming in for the consultation.
Thank you, Pranay. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. I'm just gonna let you know that I'm gonna run through some quick questions about your diet, exercise, stress, and sleep, and so forth. On the basis of that, I'm just gonna recommend a few asanas or yoga postures. And probably gonna do probably 5 to 10, 5 to 10.
Okay. Just a thing, I can't hear you very well.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna speak louder. Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool. All right. Thank you. So I'm just going to run through some quick questions in relation to your nutrition, diet, sleep, and so forth. And on the basis of that, I recommend a few asanas or postures so that you can practice that along the way. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you. All right, let's get started. I'm just going to pull up my questions for you. Just bear with me while I do that. And I'm just going to let you know that I'm going to have to get your permission for privacy and confidentiality in regards to using this information. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's all right.
Cool. So I'm just going to run through a few quick questions to get to know you. Please feel free to ask me any questions as well along the way if you do have any questions. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So firstly, I just want to know as to what you'd like to achieve from the yoga practice so I have a better idea.
Yeah. Well, I've been a little bit inactive lately with my exercise, so I would like to get a little bit more in that.
Uh-huh.
I do have a medical condition that is multiple sclerosis.
Okay.
And yeah, I do have like trouble with it and sleeping. I don't sleep very well at night. Yeah, so that's kind of why I wanted to get into the yoga.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. So that pretty much answers my first few questions. So that's really helpful. I'm just going to ask you about your diet real quick as well. So can I ask you what kind of a diet you've got going on? So I'll be able to better recommend the postures and the overall health.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really a fan of cooking, so I do tend to eat out a lot. I honestly am a little bit into fast food. I just find it very easy, just like a food option. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of cooking.
Yeah, perfect. Not a problem at all. Okay. Yeah, in that case, yeah, I'm the same as well. I guess we all get those those phases where we do not want to cook. But I would definitely check out the meal plan. So you do have subscription meal plans. So that's something that I do as well. So you can just subscribe to a meal plan that have very easy, healthy foods that could maybe benefit your overall health, or maybe just check with a nutritionist as well. But I'll help you through the postures, the yoga posture in regards to your diet. Maybe you can have a chat with the nutritionist. But thanks for that. I just needed a few basic details in regards to your exercise before I can prescribe or before I can suggest. Sorry, the yoga postures. Can I ask you what your state of exercising is right now?
Yeah, I've been very inactive because I don't have a lot of energy.
Okay.
Yeah, because of my condition. So it just takes me,
Yeah, perfect.
some effort. Yeah.
Thank you. So that's basically you said multiple sclerosis, and that's to do with the nervous system. So you're saying you do get tired and you do have fatigue in general. So
Yeah, definitely. Just low energy during the day. Yeah.
thank you. I'm sorry to hear that, but we'll definitely find a way that we'd be able to address that. So thank you
Thank
for
you
that.
so much.
Thank you for that. In regards to your stress, your body and your mental stress, can I just ask you what that is looking like right now, so I'll be able to navigate that into your practice as well?
Well, because of my condition, I do tend to have a lot of stress in my life.
Uh-huh.
I'm very active with my work as well. I have a business, so I'm trying to grow there. But I do find that I find myself very stressed at times with
Okay.
with my condition and the job. I am seeing a therapist. Like I am actively with a therapist.
Okay.
But yeah, I think another tool could also help me out.
Sure. Thank you for that. And have you had a chat with your therapist in regards to your yoga or not yet? Because if you haven't, then I would definitely recommend having a chat.
Yeah, I really haven't. So I think it. Thank you. Yeah, I would definitely talk to her about it.
Yeah, because yoga will definitely help you relax. So it'll definitely get your nervous system a little more relaxed. That's for sure. And obviously, you feel calmer mentally as well because of the physical benefits of it. But I would definitely recommend just touching base with your therapist as well, and just keeping them updated with your practices. So it goes together.
Okay.
But that's perfect. That's more than everything I would need. And just real quick, how do you sleep at night? What's your sleep cycle like?
Well, I do have trouble sleeping at night, to be honest. I do tend to wake up a lot during the night. Um, yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So yeah, definitely with multiple sclerosis and your issue, that's definitely understandable. And we'd basically be able to work the asanas out in such a way that it might help you with your it might help you with the resting phase as well. So we try to maybe incorporate some yoga nidra stuff like that. If you haven't heard of that, that's it's like yogic sleep, which helps the central nervous system relax and helps you rest in, in 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 cases where you're not getting enough sleep. That will really help you as well.
Okay.
Um, but I definitely recommend obviously checking with your doctor, obviously, because this is a serious problem. This is a sorry, it's a serious condition, which I wouldn't be able to give much technical advice on. But with the physical asanas, I'll definitely be able to suggest some postures that might work for you. Work.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm looking for something like that.
Yeah, awesome. Perfect. So I just suggest maybe 5 asanas to start off with, and then we can see how that goes. This will basically help you with the central nervous system, which is, from what I understand, which plays a big factor in your condition. So I'm just going to pull up a list of asanas and I'll break them down for you. And it shouldn't take too long to practice them as well. And maybe you can add some meditation, maybe some yoga nidra along, but I'll pull that up and we can discuss that further. So just bear with me one moment while I just pull up a list for you real quick. Yeah?
Okay.
All right. So I've just come up with a sequence which has more restorative practices, which is a restorative style, which is more relaxing, which is less intense on your body because you mentioned you have fatigue and you have weakness. So hopefully that addresses that. Um, and you've got more props involved, which will help you get into postures more easily and will keep it a little more relaxed along the way. All right. So I've got 5 postures, and I'll have that sent out to you by email as well, so you don't have to worry about taking it down. But the postures we've got, I'll name them in the Sanskrit word and also let you know what the English version would be like, so you have an understanding. Right. So the first one is Tadasana or the mountain pose, which is basically a standing posture. And I'll take you through all the, I'll basically demonstrate that if you do feel like that's something that you want to start off, I'll be able to demonstrate that. I'll also send you an email with the postures and the links to how you can basically practice at home if you're not comfortable coming out. So one of them is Tadasana. The other one is Trikonasana, which is a triangle pose. So that helps with your hips and also your mobility, your body mobility. The next one is a seated posture called Dandasana, where you're just trying to straighten your body and trying to get a good, good, good situation or good straightening of the back rather. You have a better posture, and we've got something called Viparita Karani, which is a very relaxing pose. So you're just lifting your legs and putting them against the wall. You're lying down on the floor. The blood's flowing from the top to the bottom, so it's the opposite of when you're standing. So it's a lot more relaxing on your nerves and stuff like that as well. And the other one I would suggest is Baddha Konasana, which is a seated posture, which is a hip opener. So it really allows for flexibility and mobility. So if you do have problems with your physical body, these are some postures that will really open you up and maybe get you some energy and the blood circulating in the right areas as well, right? I'll definitely double check that with your doctor as well. But these would be postures I would think that wouldn't necessarily do too much to get you, like it wouldn't tire you or exert too much stress on your physical body.
Okay.
Now, do you have any questions in regards to any of the asanas or the postures?
Well, I don't, because you did say that you were gonna send me the information on how to make them. So I guess once I have that, I'll have more questions after maybe.
Yeah, sure, awesome. And yeah, you would have an option whether you'd like an online session if you're physically coming to the class. You can just let us know which option you prefer. If you're coming physically, we'd demonstrate and would help you out as well. Online as well through Zoom, like how we're doing right now, we'd be able to direct you. But the email and the PDF would have all the details, so you can have a brief look at it, and then we can take it on from there.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Pranay.
No problems at all. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm not going to take more of your time. Would you have any questions whatsoever in regards to anything at all? Or
I don't, but if I think of something, I'll let you know.
cool, awesome. So I'll have the email sent out to you. The details will be there as well, and we'll keep in touch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Hi.
Hey James, how you doing?
Good man. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for taking the time for the consultation. I'm just going to run through a few quick questions, and I'll get some details over to you if that's okay. All right. And just bear with me. I'll just pull up the list of questions that we need to run through here. And also, I'm just going to have to get your permission for privacy and confidentiality to use this information from the institute, okay?
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to answer some quick questions that's related to your diet, exercise, stress, sleep, and so forth. And after that, on the basis of that, I'll be able to let you know what asanas might or what postures might be suitable. It'll probably take around 5 to 10 minutes of the time. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I'm just going to pull up the questions real quick over here. And yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me any along the way as well, okay? But firstly, I'm just going to start with what you'd like to achieve from the yoga, from the practice.
Yeah, so I'd like to start exercising again because I had an injury.
Okay.
So actually, it's still a bit painful, the knee.
Okay.
So I'd like to focus more on the rest of the body, so like upper body.
Sure.
And so yeah, so just to do something instead of just sitting on the side.
Nice. How did that happen though? How did you injure your knee? Sorry.
From playing basketball, it's a tear in the ACL.
Okay. So yeah, I would definitely recommend a physio, or obviously having it looked into by a therapist as well, right? But in the meantime, I'll still guide you through what best.
So can you say that again? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was just saying, you'd probably be best, obviously, checking that out with a therapist. I'm sure you'd have already had a physio look into it.
Yep.
But that said, I'll still be able to let you know what asanas might be the best for that situation. So your knee is safe at all times. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. And that's awesome. Thank you for that. You mentioned your injury, not a problem at all. And are there any other conditions, anything of that sort apart from that injury, or is that it?
Well, from yoga, I'll also like to explore a bit like the spiritual part of it. So maybe meditation, look a bit into it. Yeah, maybe it can help with stress.
Sure.
I feel sometimes I'm a bit under pressure. So if there is anything into yoga that maybe I heard there are like meditation or even just the practice, I heard it helps.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing. For sure, we can definitely address that, and thanks for letting me know. Because that information really helps us in designing the program, so it suits your so that it fits into your needs. Now, in regards to your injuries, that's all done. Thank you. I'm just going through a checklist real quick, so I make sure that I've got all the points that we need for your program. In regards to your diet, can I just ask you what your diet consists of at the moment, just to get a better understanding?
So diet, well, it's I guess you can call it a flexitarian diet. So yeah, I eat anything.
Yeah. No, that's
Um,
really nice.
yeah, I try to have like a varied diet.
Yep.
Try to stay balanced.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, lately I'm focusing more on plant-based foods.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. But you don't have any, like, you don't have junk foods too often or some stuff like that, from what I can
I
tell.
try to avoid it. Yeah.
Nice. That's really good. Thank you for that. In regards to your exercise, you mentioned you did have the injury. Now, you mentioned you were sitting out and not exercising. Can I ask you for how long that might have been? How long you've been off?
Yeah, well, it's been yeah, like a year now.
Okay.
But before I was like quite active a lot. So yeah, I just want to start slowly get back into it.
Nice. That's really good. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, a year's time, that's good news, because year's time is not too long. So you shouldn't be too bad. In regards to your stress, you mentioned you've got a little bit of stress going on over there. Is that because of your work and stuff like that, or do you have anything else?
Yeah, mainly it's because of work. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Not a problem at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a busy life going on over there.
Yeah.
Sure. Um, yeah, yoga definitely help a little bit in that aspect, because it helps create a structure for the day. So I'll talk you through that as well as we speak. In regards to your sleep, real quick, is your sleep okay right now? Are you getting good sleep, or do you have trouble sleeping, anything of that sort?
Sleep, well, yeah, it's not too bad. I sleep maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 hours a night. And it feels like fairly good. Maybe I could sleep a bit more, but yeah, don't have a lot of time. Uh,
Okay, sure. That's awesome. So you mentioned your diet. That's not a problem. You've got a good diet, so there's no problems with the digestive systems and so forth. Exercise, cardiovascular, you just said it's a year, so hopefully it's not too long. But you mentioned you've got muscular injuries, so the muscular system, we'd have to look into that. Okay. And your nervous system seems pretty okay as well. Your sleep, your stress, not a problem. So in regards to your stress, obviously you mentioned you're looking to calm your mind and stuff like that. So we should be able to address that through a little bit of through some meditation practices. So I'll try to let you know what they would be, as what they'll be involving as well, and they'll help you calm your nervous system maybe. But obviously, I would definitely recommend having a chat with a therapist if you're looking at therapy as well. But from our end with yoga, we can still try to address that with some asana practices the best we can, right? And moving down, I'm just gonna run through a list and pull up a list so we'd have some asanas for you. Okay. At the end of the day, your body is all interconnected, right? So it is just the physical aspect that we're trying to address, but hopefully it should basically address some of the concerns that you pointed out. So if you just bear with me one moment, I'll just pull up a list of asanas, maybe 5 asanas that I'll be able to put together. And on the basis of that, if you do have any questions, I'll be able to answer that for you. So just give me a second while I put that up. Cool. So in regards to yoga, have you done yoga before by any chance? Or do you practice yoga?
No.
Okay, sure. So in that case, we're just gonna basically maybe recommend sun salutation. So sun salutations are basically where you're moving your body in a certain cycle where you have one posture after the next. It doesn't have anything to do with knees, so you're not bending your knees a lot. And it also gets your whole body moving. So it's a whole body workout in other case. In other words, you're looking for something that addresses the other parts. So this will address your shoulders, your abs, your legs, and all the other muscles. So it's a complete body movement. Sun salutation A, I'll have that sent out to you. So it's a series of postures that you'll be doing one after the other while following your breath. It helps you move your body and gets your blood flowing in the right direction as well. All right. So that's sun salutation A. That'll warm you up. And in regards to your postures, there are a few postures that we would recommend. Now your seat, it will mainly be seated postures, so you're not standing all the time, right? So seated posture, so your legs are rolled out and your knees are relaxed. You've got a few postures that we can look into. So the first one would be Paschimottanasana, or forward bend, right? So it'll really relax stretch your hamstrings and stuff like that. So it'll help with strengthening and releasing the tightness of your hamstrings. You've got Janu Shirsasana, which is again very similar. It's a forward fold. You've got Upavishta Konasana, and you've got Shalambhasana. You've got Viparita Karani as well. Okay, so you've got a few postures over there. Upavishta Konasana. Let me just pull that up for you real quick over here. All right, so that's a wide angle seated posture where you're basically spreading your legs out and you're stretching the hamstrings and the hips. And I'll have all of that detailed out and sent out to you by email. So you'd have that description in email as well. And the last posture we would have for you would be, once again, the last posture we would have would be the Viparita Karani, where your legs are on top of the walls and your back's on the floor, where your blood flows in the opposite direction. So that'll allow some relaxation to your nervous system as well. All right. Would you have any questions in regards to the yoga poses by any chance?
No, not.
Okay.
Not right now. Maybe after I practice it.
Okay, so I'll have that sent out to you, and you can decide to go online, or you can decide to come into the class as well. Whatever suits you better, we'll demonstrate that for you as well. In regards to your sleep and meditation, I definitely consider Yoga Nidra, which is yogic sleep. It helps you recover your body. You mentioned you only get 6 to 7 hours of sleep. So it helps with the nervous system, relax the nervous system, and it's like a short power nap. It's not a power nap, but it's a very refreshing, resting style of meditation. And the other one would obviously be breath work, where you're focusing on the inhales and exhales, breath visualization, and so forth. But we can address that as we go along, and along with the postures, we can add that and remove that however you feel like. Cool. All right. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for your time. If you have any questions, just feel free to email or call. But apart from that, we're all good.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Forward start.
All right. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye.